defenses. It's not like you can get a fluke play here or there. You're playing two good defenses, so it's hard to get a rhythm. When you play a scrubbier team, it's easier to get a rhythm.
Well, clearly at halftime, both coaches need to get their teams going because we just summed it up. The Fighting Irish could be up by more than they are. The Rams need to get on the scoreboard, everybody. We have much more coming up here on the Wayside Halftime Report as we'll take a look to the second half. That's next here on Sports Time Ohio. Why play 6 when you can play? And tomorrow, Kirtland and Wayne Trace. Kirtland, they've won a state championship before, and boy, I'll tell you what, that team has turned into a power. Wayne Trace, never been this far, so that will be an exciting one in the morning. And then Clinton Massey, the defending champs against Cardinal Mooney. I think Cardinal Mooney going for its 85th state championship ever. I mean, this team's always there. And then at night, the D2 battle, Glenville against Loveland. Glenville win for Ginn as the Tarblooders trying to win their first state championship ever. Loveland, that's another great story. Loveland's never been this far, so that's going to be a lot of fun to watch tomorrow night. Dave Chudowski back with you here on the Wayside Halftime Report. The coach Bill Powers, Ryan Cavanaugh here. And guys, speaking of Glenville, we're going to go to Libero Vision now. Ryan, take it away as we look forward to that game tomorrow night.
Feature game, feature Marshawn Lattimore. You see number 2 there on the as a wide receiver, and he just used his flat-out speed to blow past his defensive back. And then from there, it's coast mode. Coach Cranford from Loveland said, we've played some teams with speed. We're going to be ready for Glenville. And I'm telling you guys, I've seen Glenville. They got some speed.
Let me ask you a question. Does he know that kid was clocked at 22 miles an hour on that route? Isn't that what they said with Libero Vision? 21 or 22 miles. I don't drive that fast.
No. They actually, at certain times of the day, Lattimore's not allowed to go through school zones. So that's how fast that young man runs.
Good stuff, guys. You know, Glenville, amazing, too. I mean, really, with all the athletes that program has had to never win a state championship, the time is now.
It seems like it. And you mentioned win for Ginn. Ginn wants to win for the city of Cleveland. Nothing's more important to him than his players and also the city of Cleveland and bringing them a championship.
All right, let's revert back to this game. Akron St. Vincent St. Mary up 10-0 over Trotwood Madison. Coach, you were big on the Rams heading in. What do they have to do in the second half to get back in this game?
I think they got to play to win. They got to come out and throw the ball. Messiah DeWeaver's been your man the whole playoffs. You've not been tested in the playoffs because Messiah's played so well. Put the ball in his hand. He's a 4.2 GPA. Let him win the game. He's a star. Let him be a star.
What's the big key, though, of getting into that defense? Because just watching it in the first half, I mean, I kept going to my notes. Hey, Coach, do they have a first down yet? Do they have a first down? I mean, they had barely any yardage at all.
Yeah, you got to spread them out a little bit. Spread them out. Get your guys. Remember, Trotwood's got athletes, too. Okay, put those athletes in space. Get them the ball one-on-one and let them make plays. Again, a simple one-step hitch is an easy throw for Messiah, gets him confidence, and puts the ball in an athlete's hand. Keep it simple.
And we saw Ray Redmond, 7 carries, 2 yards. As you mentioned in the open, when you complete passes, those running lanes start to open up. You'll get Vince Lockett, Booker. They're going to start dropping off and trying to get underneath some of those routes. That will create some opportunities for your running backs.
Okay, Ryan, for the Fighting Irish, what's the big key to keep that lead and get the win and get another state championship?
Well, quite simply, if Trotwood Madison doesn't score, you win another state championship.
That's simple, right? Yeah.
Well, it is easy. It's 10-0 right now, and so far, the defense, especially the front 7 of St. Vincent St. Mary, has allowed no wiggle room for Trotwood Madison. So stop the run, keep putting pressure on Messiah DeWeaver, and don't let him get comfortable.
Coach, what are you saying at halftime if you're on the winning team? I mean, if you have that lead, you don't want to get too comfortable because it's not a big margin.
Well, if I'm St. V's, I'm not happy because they really, offensively, have not played a good game at all. Now, part of that could be because Paris Campbell was hurt. Okay, you sit down and you say, hey, son, are you healthy or not? If he says yeah, then get your butt in there. We're going to give you the ball 20 times. And he should score 2 more touchdowns. So I don't panic if I'm that. We have not played a good game yet.
You know, he's a coach, though, so it doesn't matter what the score is until it's the final whistle. He's never happy.
That's a good point. Well, I think the big key in the second half is Dante Booker. It's his to win, guys. I mean, he's Mr. Ohio. He has the limelight here tonight on Thursday night. This is the only game today. He's the man. Can he get it done? We'll find out. We have one more half. Matt Underwood, Frank Stamms have the second half action. From the Wayside Half Report, I'm Dave Chudowski. We'll see you post-game.
Congratulations to the St. Vincent St. Mary Fighting Irish. It wasn't easy when you did it. It's much harder than these guys did. Almost the equivalent of an NFL season.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the post-game show. Akron St. Vincent St. Mary does it again. Their sixth state championship back-to-back. They did it in 1981 and 1982, and they have done it again. Ryan Cavanaugh, Coach Powers, Dave Chudowski with you here. Ryan, complete domination as Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's gets it done 24-0. They only gave up 28 points in this playoff run. The defense, phenomenal.
They say defense wins championships, and St. Vincent St. Mary did it with defense. They dominated with defense, holding Trotwood Madison to only 111 yards of offense, 12 rushing yards. It's hard to win when you can only get 12 yards on the ground. It's even harder to win when you have 5 turnovers, which they don't happen in a bubble. St. Vincent St. Mary caused those turnovers.
The Fighting Irish end the year 15-0, and Coach, you got to go back to the pregame show. Sorry to do this to you, but you expected more out of the Rams, and they just didn't deliver. What happened to them?
Yeah, they could never get in a rhythm, it seemed like. Offensively, they couldn't establish the run, number one. But then number two, they never got into a safe, rhythmic passing game at all to give Messiah DeWeaver some confidence. Never gave him a chance. And I think he just got brutalized by that incredible Irish defense.
Well, let's take a look at the second half highlights. Ryan Cavanaugh astutely said that if you keep the lead, you're going to win another state championship. And that's what they did. 10-0 at halftime. Trevante Junius, this is an unbelievable play, Ryan.
Individual effort, tips it, goes up and gets it. He's going to Akron. Somebody else is going to join him there, Chud.
Hello, Newman. 8-yard touchdown. I had one more in me, right, guys? Touchdown to make it 17-0. The guy only had 5 touchdowns all year. He's had 4 in 2 state championships. Now Vince Lockett with the interception. Coach, turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers, especially when you're struggling offensively, throwing the ball outside the hatch is going to kill you every time.
So is that Lockett now on offense, guys? The
Yeah.
pick? And then, I mean, doing it both ways.
The thing is that Newman Williams, he's not only a great football player, but he's generous because he's like, well, how about I let somebody else run it in from the goal line instead of me?
Unbelievable, man. So St. Vincent St. Mary gets the win 24-0. Coach Borman talked about earlier this week that some people take championships at that school for granted. He doesn't. He says they're special, and this one tonight is special.
Absolutely, and they earned it. You know, there was so much hype, so much expectation from, and you see the names there: Campbell, Booker, Williams. They showed up last year in the state championship. It's hard to repeat. Toledo Central Catholic found that out when they got knocked off in the semifinals. Everybody thought they were going to do it. It's not that easy. Credit to Coach Borman.
And you know what else? It's hard to win. It's hard to win when you're expected to win. It's easy to go out there being an underdog and let it all hang out and try crazy, tricky stuff. But when you're expected to win, that's a lot of pressure on 16, 17-year-old kids. And they just ate that pressure tonight. They didn't care.
Well, I believe in the pregame show we told you that turnovers was going to be a difference tonight, and it was, guys. Let's take a look at them. I mean, you can't turn the ball over 5 times and expect to win. Second quarter, and here's a fumble right here. And who is that? It's Newman.
Yeah, it's all over the field. Believe it or not, there was only one guy wearing 34 out there for St. Vincent St. Mary. It didn't seem like it at times because Newman was everywhere.
And like Ryan said earlier, these turnovers weren't in a vacuum. That's a great defensive play by Lockett right there. Jumping the out route, come underneath him, and make an interception.
We saw 3 of them there, 5 in all, and you just can't do that, as I mentioned before, as Trotwood Madison. I wouldn't say they gave this game away because, I mean, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary is that good, though, right?
I think coming into this game, Trotwood's a very good team, but they had to play, I don't want to say near perfect, but error-free. They couldn't afford to, they had to make St. Vincent St. Mary earn it, and they didn't necessarily do that because St. Vincent St. Mary, with their defense, took it away from Trotwood Madison.
The thing that's going to kill Trotwood Madison, though, is at one point they were down 10-0. They had no first downs, and they had 3 turnovers, and it was still only 10-0. They still were in the ball game, but they still couldn't generate any offense. And if you don't score, you're not going to win.
You know what's interesting, guys? We talked about the big names. Obviously, Mr. Ohio and Dante Booker, and you have Paris Campbell Jr. But again, the guy stealing the stage in the state championship, is Newman. I mean, the guy just loves state title games as we take a look at his, and he did it in every aspect of the way. I mean, he did it offensively, he did it on defense, and he did it on special teams as well.
They pulled out the fake punt again, guys. They pulled out the fake punt. Mr. December, Newman Williams. All this guy does is score touchdowns. You said he had 5 in the regular season. He saves them all for championship weekend.
It's incredible, Coach.
And that fake punt was the exact same fake punt he ran on one of the best runs in playoff history last year when he rumbled up the left sideline, ran a few guys over, zigzagged and scored. And he almost scored on this one.
2 topics I want to throw out before we go. Let's talk about that defense. And you heard Matt Underwood talk about it. He couldn't talk enough about it. And Matt knows he's been around a long time with Ohio high school football. Is that the best defensive performance you've seen?
It's right up there. And you mentioned Matt. What also struck me was Frank Stamms in the booth saying it's the best defense he's ever seen at the school. And for people who don't know or might have forgot, Frank Stamms was a pretty good linebacker at St. Vincent St. Mary, went on to Notre Dame and played for the Browns. But the last time St. V's won back-to-back years, those were Frank Stamms' defenses. So high comments by Frank Stamms saying that this is the best defense. They looked like it today.
I'll tell you what. It's the best defensive performance ever, maybe, but it's tied to best ever because if you have no points, you can't lose. I'm not smart, but I'm smart enough to know that if you don't give up any points, you can't lose.
One last point. Is this the best team in the state of Ohio? I mean, it was domination, but could they beat a team like Menor or Moeller or the Division II schools?
The way they played tonight, offensively, no.
Okay.
Because if you play Menor, your defense better shut them out because Menor's going to put up points, and that offense was not good enough to beat anybody in the state tonight.
I'm going to go with Coach, but I will say that we're yet to see the best teams in the entire state. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're going to see some of those teams on display. Then we can compare them to what we just saw.
Nice segue, my friend. Thank you for plugging tomorrow and Saturday. Why play 6 when you can play 7? I said that earlier. First time ever, now with 7 divisions. Guys, what jumps out at you on Friday there as we start action 11 a.m., 10:30 post-game show? Wayne, Trace, Kirtland, Clinton, Massey, Mooney, Loveland, Glenville.
Well, the first game of the day strikes me, Wayne, Trace, and Kirtland. Talk about contrasting styles. Kirtland wants to ground and pound you. Wayne Trace wants to fling it all over the place.
Yeah.
How about on Saturday, Ryan?
Moeller, Menor, can't wait. But I got to tell you, I got a soft spot in my heart for Trimble. I can't wait to see that team play. The entire community is rallied around them, and that is they get the marquee time, and both them and Marion Local have earned it.
Yeah, and the fun thing about the next 2 days, we have some teams going for way more hardware than they already have, and we have some newbies on the block as well, trying to get some state championship love as well. You can follow us, hashtag OHChamps. We are tweeting all night. We're having a lot of fun. We're already getting the all-Kavanaugh team set with 1 game, so we have a lot more action to come. For Coach Bill Powers, Ryan Kavanaugh, I'm Dave Chudowski here from the Hyundai Studios. Akron St. Vincent St. Mary does it again. Back-to-back state championships, 24-zip over Trotwood Madison. The Fighting Irish, the Division III state champions. We have 6 more to crown. We'll see you tomorrow morning. The pregame show at 10:30, kickoff at 11 a.m. Enjoy your night, everybody.